As we awaken and begin to erode the beliefs that have been blinding us to the truth, we may quickly realize how much we do not understand. This leads us to our fervent search for information that will somehow answer all of our questions and take off the blinders for full understanding. Hi again, I am Krystal Blake, and welcome to Exiting the First Cognition. I had a profound experience recently that taught me several lessons that I would like to share. I have spent the past months eroding the beliefs of the false first cognition reality and expanding my perceptions by doing the hard work within myself. For those of you who are working on the same, you know this is no easy undertaking. Looking at your own behaviors and internal programming is not easy and can be painful at times. It has given me the ability to see myself more clearly. Using the tools that have been given has allowed me to clear my internal cellular programming and expose the deception that has been placed on humanity. As with anything new in our lives, there is much to learn and unlearn. One has to go back and reevaluate previous information, keeping what serves and leaving the other behind. I read books and sought information to gain foundational knowledge. I listened to YouTube videos and searched the internet for additional information. There's so much out there with truths mixed in with bullshit, and it takes keen discernment to know the difference. I'd been taught this early on, but didn't truly understand until more recently, now that my Soika has been put into the driver's seat. I began to think I could advance quicker if I would just gain more knowledge. So I sank my teeth into various kinds of new information. This was accomplished by using the thinking mind, though. I was overthinking subjects and not listening to my Soika. My focus was not being applied to most of the information enough to have true understanding. This led me to a serious case of information overload and the topic I want to discuss along with the lessons I learned. It is so easy to continue to seek without allowing the information to sink in. I was pushing so hard and having thoughts of not learning quickly enough. What I was not allowing was assimilation time. I had been told of this necessity too, but continued to push myself. It takes time to truly understand this information. There is a feeling that comes with a realization, and one must assimilate the information to get this feel. I was also trying to digest too many different subjects. I was not focusing on a subject enough for full understanding. I had been warned about this, but got so eager to advance that I just kept pushing. What I learned is that this kind of behavior is not beneficial and actually detrimental if not careful. Feelings of self-doubt began to creep in. My ability to hear my Soika was compromised, if not shut off completely. This was due to my thinking mind taking over and my Soika being silenced. I began to confuse subject matter and lost the ability to silence the mind. I learned that if we give the ego a chance to come out to play, it will gladly take over. I began to experience this too. The confusion was so great that my thoughts began to scatter. I began to feel physically ill with headache and fatigue. I literally had the feeling of my thoughts swirling like a tornado in my head. I couldn't focus on thoughts or words. I felt as if I may not be strong enough for this work. My ego began to taunt me with those types of thoughts. My emotions, which had been fully in control for months, had begun to overwhelm me. I learned how to stop the swirling in my head and backed off on all learning. I had to take several days of complete disconnect from information to get myself back. During this time, my Soika pushed me to the point of choosing. I was seriously thinking of quitting all of the work and returning to my life of blindness, a life of illusion that all humanity knows. The problem was, I knew too much. One cannot unlearn what they know. My Soika pushed me to make the decision, either quit on myself or get back on track and continue my growth. After contemplation, I knew that I couldn't return to a life of illusion. I have accomplished so much and worked so hard to get where I am to throw it all away. My stoica is very strong, but allowed me to make the choice. This situation can happen for many reasons, and it is very real. Many reach a point on their path that creates similar feelings and push you to make the decision. I've been told that such a crisis point as I experienced can either make you or break you on your personal journey, and most people break at such a crisis. Having experienced such a crisis myself, I fully understand why this is true. The biggest lesson in all this is patience. I learned that I have to allow my growth to occur as it does and cannot push it any faster. To have the attitude that I can move more rapidly by gaining more knowledge is false and may even impede growth. We live in a society that teaches instant gratification, and there's no room for that with what we are seeking to accomplish with Stoica work. For me, I had to detach and allow everything to settle down. It may be necessary to stop all of the learning and information gathering for a bit to allow assimilation. Some may experience this early on with cognitive dissonance and eroding beliefs. The point is, it is a real experience and can creep up if not aware. The positive in all this is the clarity I've gotten from the experience. It is not one that I can put into words effectively like so much of what I am learning, but I am now getting the knowings and realizations from previous information. I feel that this experience in a first cognition perspective would be negative, but I can see it for the growth it has helped me to attain. It is necessary to go through some tough lessons, and when taken head on, one can learn much from it. These are my experiences, and yours may be different, but I wanted to share my perspectives on this and hopefully give some points to ponder. The information available works if you do the hard work with it. The tools are provided. All it takes is perseverance and dedication to yourself. Just remember to allow yourself time for this process to unfold. It is not a race and there is no finish line. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen and truly hope this information can help you on your path. For now, let us all continue exiting the first cognition.